I hadn't even turned the volume on yet, so I'm having a day. Anyway, welcome.
We're going to start right at 2.
Right
Nothing's
at 2.
going to be right.
But nothing's going to be right, yes. So welcome to Bill and Mary. I am Bill.
Hi, I'm Mary. What's going on, guys? No babies.
No babies, that's right. So I kind of do want that rundown sheet. Vamp for 1 minute and I'll go get it.
Oh, vamp, okay.
Yeah. Talk about yourself.
I'm not good at talking about myself. Did you even put the camera on me, Bill?
Yes.
So, yeah, something fun I've been doing. I bought Timberland boots, in case anybody cares. I've wanted a pair for a very long time, and I never was able to actually get them, so that was like my Christmas present to myself. So I'm having a lot of fun trying to match outfits. I know you guys are watching. I think I did okay today with the gray and a little flannel action. I don't know. You can leave comments or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter and let me know. I've never really, I was talking with Bill about this earlier, I've never really, in the last few years, been able to pick clothes based on style. It was always just like whatever fit, because I had a weird body that was too big. And so I'm trying to find my style, but I really love these boots. So if you guys wear Timberlands or anything like that, I would love suggestions on how to wear them or what you wear them with.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm talking about Timberland boots and what to wear them with. And I think I did a good job today, and I wore them yesterday, too, with a different sweater.
Yeah.
And I'm liking them. And I'm saying how that...
What's it like having one pair of shoes?
No, I don't only have one pair of shoes. They're just my favorite right now because they're brand new. I just bought them, and I've wanted them for a really long time. And I was saying that if anybody else wears them, to give me suggestions on what to wear them with and what looks cute, because I'm new to that. So help me out.
And you're really starting to feel your new style.
Yeah.
As you've lost a bunch of weight, you get to kind of dress the way. And I went through the same thing when I lost a bunch of weight. They called me Bad Boy Bill because I bought a bunch of leather jackets and started dressing a little more stylish. And now I've kind of settled into a look, though.
You're not just wearing whatever fits. That's what it was for a long time. Is I would go into a store and whatever, I didn't even care what it looked like. A lot of floral patterns for me. Whatever fit and was flowy and didn't make my stomach look too big. And now I have options. I'm like, oh, a lot of things fit now, so I can actually kind of pick and choose.
It's a good feeling.
And so I'm new to it. What, you liking it?
No,
I love these
great.
boots, man. Yeah. I really do. I love them so much.
They're good boots. I like them too.
I'm very happy. I
like
would not
Tim's.
be surprised if I got, like we were talking about that tan pair, which I don't love the original, like the tan color, but I might get another pair, to be honest with you.
I like tan Tims. Like that's because it's
such a classic look, right?
And
you can wear it with
versatile.
a lot more. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. I feel like gray, you kind of have to match with gray, at least a little bit, or black too. But I mean, when you get into, I don't know. I don't have any idea. So if you have more tips on style, I'd appreciate them. But yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're also getting into an era where matching's not as important as it used to be.
Yeah,
it's
but
kind of
you
a thing
want
to
it to
not match.
look
But
good, though.
You get like a few things, but like that. But there's ways to have things not match, but still make it like pop. Like I can wear stuff. Like I have a lot of very loud shoes that I don't have to match with something because the idea of the shoes is them to be the loudest part of my outfit.
Right.
So
I also
I mean, this hat. Look at it.
Yeah. But you've got a whole thing going with the colors, purple and red or orange, and so it all makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, I'm learning.
That's good.
The next thing is probably going to be animal print, if we're being honest.
Ooh, I just got a pair of Jordans that have animal print.
I bought 2 shirts that, well, now I have 3 in my collection, in my wardrobe, that all have cheetah print on them. Not a lot. It's not obnoxious, but there's like one that has it but down both sleeves, and then another one, it's an open back that has like a crisscross, and the crisscross part of it is cheetah print, and I'm getting kind of into it.
I just got these new Jordans they have animal print on them.
Oh yeah, okay. I like zebra print. Yeah, I'm getting into it, and I feel like that's when it comes to women's clothing, there's a lot of that out there right now. There's a lot of animal print. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's fun.
Animal print with red shoes seems to be a thing I see on Instagram a lot, like red high heels and like a cheetah print.
Would you say that you are incredibly influenced or super incredibly influenced by what you see on Instagram?
I think that you think I'm more influenced than I am, because if you look at my Discover page on Instagram, 99% of it is like weight loss pictures.
What is a Discover page?
When you don't, are you being serious right now? A Discover page is when you go to like the little, it looks like a magnifying glass from your homepage.
Oh, so you can search for the people that you want to stalk?
Yes. Yeah. But all the things that pop up is your Discover page. Based on things that you like and things that you search, it shows you pictures that you would probably like.
Oh, I've never clicked on any of those things.
I look through this all day long. You don't?
No, because I don't want some algorithm deciding what I look at.
Yeah, but also it kind of contours what people see of your stuff too. Like the things that you're looking at and the things that you click, it like kind of
it adds into it.
It adds into it.
So I should probably
of the pages that you want to appear on. So when I'm like always looking at before and after like weight loss pictures, when I use the hashtag before and after, it'll put it on people's Discover page.
Oh.
So when people are seeing it from the Discover page, that's when you see those like 64% of these accounts weren't following you.
All the accounts follow me. Like if I post something, it's all people that follow me because I don't know. I don't get that deep into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to. I just try to post funny stuff.
Yeah.
And
I know.
And like my Discover page. Let's see what it is even on there.
Mine is like almost exclusively diet and weight loss stuff, whether it's like exercises or before and after pictures, and then it's
this isn't gonna work for me, though,
comedians.
Because mine's all tits. It's just all.
Is that
girls.
what you're looking at the most? Oh, probably
yes,
for
because
Christie's
I'm doing Christie's Instagram
hotties.
Yeah. So that's all it is just girls. With, like, that's not going to help me in any way. And
well, that's all you're searching for on Instagram. That's why it comes up like that. So if you start searching for other things, shoes or comedians or things like that, that'll start to show up on your Discover page, and then it'll also put you into like kind of that algorithm as well.
I mean, it is all girls.
Well, then search for more things.
This will actually help me do more Instagram hottie, like the varied. Ooh, who's she?
Oh, here we go. But yeah, so I can't believe you didn't even know that it existed.
I just didn't know I didn't know what the point of it was. I thought everybody saw the same thing.
No, every single person's is different. So if you can get onto somebody's Discover page, you can get a lot of followers that way. When I posted my first before and after weight loss picture, I got like 200 followers off of that picture because it was on a ton of people's.
But here's the thing. Like, you want followers that follow you because you're a comedian, not because you're a weight loss guru.
But I'm not saying that I'm a weight loss guru, but if that brings them to my page and then my comedy keeps them there, I don't really care how they discover me.
But I don't see you post anything like comedy related on your story, or like on your story you do, but not on your like.
Well, I don't.
Your
I mean,
feed, your feed's always like Throwback Thursdays and like
because I
cute
want
poses.
Well, that's how you get people to follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, but then nobody knows you're a comedian.
But if they watch my story, they do. And once a month, I post my schedule, so people will see my schedule and they'll see the story and they'll. It's been working, man. I mean,
all right. I mean, you know more about it than I do.
And I do need to be better about putting up videos and things like that. It's just, I mean, I texted you the one. I'm like, dude, I got 30 seconds of this video edited and captioned, and it took me 2.5 hours. Yeah. And I know the more you do it, you'll get better at it.
You'll get better at it, but like that's what I want people to see. I don't care about how I look or anything. I'm not going on there to try and show off. I actually really dislike that because I don't want that anymore. Like, I had that weight loss thing in the past, and I hate that because then people always wanted to talk to me about losing weight, and I'm like, no, I lost weight and that's it. Like that's what happened, and then I gained some back, and I really don't want to have conversations with people about my weight all the time. It made me insane.
Really?
It's because then that's all they're judging you on.
Yeah,
and I want to talk about, like, I have a whole life, and I don't want to constantly be reminded that I was fat or am fat or anything like that. I just want to go and live my life. So I want people to go to my page.
Were people like being mean about it?
No, but it's all they cared about.
Yeah.
And I don't care that much about it that I'm like, hey, I put out all these albums and all this other stuff. That's what I want you guys to engage on. That's what I want people to. So what I should do, if that's what I want, is just start looking up comedy albums.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, or just comedians are funny. Like, memes or whatever. But
see, but I don't feel like memes work because memes are you don't look at someone's memes and then go like, this is the person that created them. It's also like stolen.
Memes are all just shared around and everything like that. But I don't know. I don't do as much on my Instagram with comedy outside of the story. And I keep my stories very funny, and I try to keep those like jokes and everyday stuff. But as far as putting my material out, I don't even do that on YouTube. My material's not anywhere, which I know I should be using a platform for that, but to me, my complex with it is that I feel like a joke is never really done. Like that, like last night where I did a joke I've been doing for like 4 months, maybe 3 months, and I just tagged it. So I'm like, so now that joke is better, but I don't want the worst version out there.
A 4 month like a joke that's like newer, or you do like topical stuff. That's a good way to get around
that. Was the other thing, or crowd work, like cut up the little parts of crowd work and put that out there, because I'm not gonna ever do that again.
Right.
But that's a
good way to go, honestly.
That's what's held. Yeah, and I usually do, if I have like a longer set, I'll usually do crowd work at some point, even just naturally. But I don't love putting my material out there because I don't feel like it's ever
crowd
done.
Work clips.
Yeah.
But then also you have bits that are basically retired that you could put up there.
Yeah.
Where you do them on a longer set and you've done them for years. You can put those up.
Yeah.
Those ones are done.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I need to get better about using my feed to promote comedy, other than once a month, hey, here's my shows. Yeah. Or, hey, this is a picture of me, Man Crush Monday. But see, what's annoying is that those things work. When you post on Mondays with the hashtag Man Crush Monday, it puts you into other people's Discover page because they're looking up the hashtag Man Crush Monday. So your thing is going to show up on that.
I guess I just used Instagram very differently. Like, I never go into the Discover page, and I never look up hashtags other than I follow hashtag gazebo and hashtag Romo Fijo. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not... so, my point was, I feel like you're way more influenced by what you see on Instagram than I am.
I wouldn't say I'm more influenced by what I see, but it's like I don't know anything about fashion, so I'll go look up fashion pages and be like, I have no clue how to wear this or what goes with that. So I'll go to people who have hundreds of thousands of followers because they're like a fashion person.
And maybe it's different because as like a girl, your fashion is like the fashion that I like as a man is comfortable clothes that look okay.
That's what I'm getting into now.
Right.
But I also
I like that. But
want to have a little style with it.
Yeah, but I have that style too because, it's not like I dress decent. Mm-hmm. Like I have good jackets. I have, even when I'm wearing like a hoodie, I try to wear like a hoodie that's got like a, something to it.
Right.
That it's going to appeal to somebody, but I don't go that deep on it.
Yeah.
Now, shoes, I do watch a lot of videos on YouTube about shoes, so that's different. I like shoes a lot.
Yeah, so I guess my strongest form of social media I'm not using to benefit comedy, which is probably
right, and that's what I'm saying.
Stupid.
Like, hey, maybe do more comedy on there.
Yeah, but it's hard too though because I see. I mean, not that comedy. It might work. It might work really well once I start doing it. But I'm seeing success.
Have you ever
with these
posted a video of you doing stand-up?
I have never posted a video of me doing stand-up on my page. I have not uploaded a public video to YouTube in probably 3 years. I don't like it. I do not like my material being out there. Only because I don't like when people...
That's my favorite thing is when people can see my material. That's why I do this.
I want you to come see me live.
I want you to come see me live. And I know there's like... But I write comedy all the time. I write jokes all the time. And also, them seeing a 1 minute clip is not my act. That's one joke. So it's like, I like putting it out there. I like people seeing it and it getting shared around.
Well,
that's exciting.
I'm also super critical. I mean, anytime I ever have to record a set video-wise, I flip out. And it never ends up being as good as I want it to be.
Well, then that's also something you need to focus on.
That's on one of my 2020 goals is to video record more sets because I have the audio from all of my sets. But video recording, then I'll be more comfortable in front of the camera. It won't be so much high pressure to get a tape this exact set. I have to say these things.
Yeah.
But definitely I need to be using Instagram to promote comedy more. I have never put out a video of myself. I've never shared a video of myself on YouTube or on Facebook, Twitter, nothing. There's like maybe 2 or 3 really old ones that I can't take down because I didn't put them up. My sister put one up. She forgot her YouTube login, so she can't take it down. My hair's bleach blonde. I'm talking 1,000,000 miles per hour. I'm fiddling. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But yeah, that's something that I have never really liked.
So many boobs on my Discover page.
That's all it is. If that's all you're searching for, that's all that's going to show up.
And then it's also like, it becomes one of those things where, well, I see her, and then I got to go and look at that. And
then also at the top of it, under the search bar, there's movies, nature, food, auto, travel, decor. You can click on different things. So, like, I click on style, and that's where I'll see the fashion stuff. So then it comes up with a bunch of everything that, like, accounts and people and things to follow in style. Music, sports, comics. There's all kinds of things you can click on.
Okay, well, I'll have to look into that more.
When you just go to that search page, that's what Instagram thinks that you're going to like based on your searches.
Well, for me, it's doing a good job with boobs.
All the boobs.
Boobs and butts.
Every boob.
Well, we just kind of, you want a little come down now?
Whatever.
Do you want to read a comment?
Oh, God, who? What?
Let's go to here. And just, a little... well, this guy doesn't like us because we're hipster dweebs, but you found us, you're watching us on YouTube. Like, there's nothing easier than avoiding watching us on YouTube, and you went to our YouTube channel to tell us that you don't watch us.
Right.
And use the word cuck, which is, oh, so fun. All right.
Cook. Some people are really into that, man.
No, I know. It's ridiculous.
Let them be.
All right, so this is from one of our regular viewers. He comments a lot. Mary is so hard to take. All she ever talks about is herself. Makes the show unlistenable at times. Literally, I have to bail and go listen to something else. Shame. Is this from our YouTube or from the, like... This is from ours. This is on episode 1 of Bill and Mary.
Okay. So when we're filling an hour of... when we're doing something new and I happen to relate by sharing life stories, I apologize, guys. I didn't know that was what's the word I'm looking for? Unforgivable?
Triggering? Yeah. Was something so shameful?
Something so shameful for me to talk about myself.
Shame.
And that bothers me when people are like, I mean, I get it. You can be over the top. You can be a self-centered person who only ever talks about themselves. But when you're trying to relate to a subject, what else are you supposed to draw from?
Right. And I also think another thing that they're not giving you credit for is you're incredibly open with who you are. It's not like you're just coming on here and being like, well, here's how I'm great all the time.
Right.
You're very vulnerable. You cried on an episode.
And I tell people all the time when it's like, I messed up. I didn't do this. Or like, I feel like you're right. I don't... See, now I'm like self-conscious about how much I'm saying I did this.
Don't
I
worry
did
about that.
I know. But I don't know. Here's my problem with YouTube comments and things like that is that I'm like, well, they're feeling it. Other people probably are too.
Yes, but there's
so
also...
I want to take it constructively.
Yeah, and there is some constructive criticism in there where maybe sometimes you do come in and make... I don't know. Could you talk about yourself a little less? Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
But, you're still learning the ropes too.
Yeah.
You've been doing this...
That was the other thing I wanted to tell people.
That long.
Is that... I really do try not to read the comments, and I went down a hole one time, and I wanted to be like, "Hey guys, guess what? I've never done radio before."
And you guys have been commenting on YouTube for a long time, so you're much better.
Right.
You're way more experienced at being a critical a-hole than she is at doing radio.
You're still learning. I'm still learning how to play off of people, and I feel like I do an okay job of sitting back when I don't have anything to say and chiming in when I do. I just guess I don't know when to chime in with things that aren't related to the way that I think and feel.
That doesn't even make sense to say.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of exactly what we have to do. So I don't know how to fix this person's problem.
It sounds like they just probably, and I think a lot of the times that you're talking about yourself, you're talking about trying to be a better person, and that can be triggering to people that have similar problems to you and don't want to confront them.
Maybe.
So that's what it comes down to with a lot of people. When they hate someone on YouTube or Twitter or something like that, there's a lot that they see in that person, and then they go, "Well, this is not okay. I don't want to feel this, because that makes me feel bad about myself." Right. And so that's here's a story about me.
Right. right.
Can I tell a story?
Go ahead.
Can I talk about it? So. You probably had some weird Christmases. You grew up in a tough situation.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, we'll talk about our toughest Christmases, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that to Mary because I feel like they're more sad than funny.
Honestly, our Christmases weren't like anything to write home about. We got a couple gifts and we made the best of them. And it was after things went really bad with my family. We were living at my dad's place, so he did his best to make it like a normal household. But growing up, I mean, I'm probably blacking a lot of it out, to be honest with you. I remember we would have gifts. They weren't ever really nice things, but like in elementary school, I was super into Pokemon cards, so I got a couple packs of Pokemon cards. And like little things like that, but it wasn't ever like big blow up screaming at each other or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever spend the night in the hospital on Christmas Eve?
No, it sounds like you have though.
I did, yes. In kindergarten, we were at a church Christmas party. It was at like this member's house, and we were all there, and there were some missionaries there. So we're all there, and like everyone's talking and eating food, and having a good time, listening to music, stuff like that. And I am, I guess, 5 years old. Is that kindergarten age?
5, 6, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be 6, and so I was 5 years old, and I'm stepping like a little kid. I was a very small kid, and I was walking through the room, and I knew all these people from church, so they all knew me. and I'm walking through and being a little bit obnoxious, and I keep stepping on their feet intentionally, like the floor is lava.
Yeah,
and I'm
only
playing
on
a game,
the feet. Yeah,
only touching the feet, and I step on this missionary's foot, and he launches me into the air. I go flying, come down, land on my left arm, break it in 2 places.
Oh, damn.
So then I get rushed to the hospital, and I end up having to spend Christmas Eve in the hospital.
Yeah.
So that was probably the most terrifying thing as I look back, like at 5 years old.
Yeah.
You're in the hospital. It's Christmas Eve. I still believe in Santa.
Oh,
and my
yeah.
my mom's so great. She spent the entire night in a chair by my bed. She brought me one present. And she's like,
that was a tradition in your house too? You got to open one on Christmas Eve?
No.
Oh, we did. We could open one at midnight on Christmas Eve. We could open one gift.
She brought it because I was freaking out.
Yeah.
So like I think she had my dad bring it over or whatever because I think but I got a present that night and it was very nice.
Yeah.
Because I was so like freaked out and I was afraid that Santa wasn't going to get to me and
because if
like
you're
that.
not home, what's going to happen? Yeah.
And then my brothers and sisters, like I didn't get home till probably because they had to do a little bit of like they had to set the bone, but there wasn't a doctor there to do it that night.
Oh, so you just had to wait.
So I had to wait, and I didn't get home till like 1 or 2 the next day. And my brothers were losing their mind because they're a little bit older, and they're like, "We want to open our presents. Why do we gotta wait for the idiot that was stepping on people's feet? He got what he deserved. He's a bad kid. That's what happens. That's what you always teach us with Santa Claus. If you're bad, you don't get presents. If you're good, you get presents, and we were good, so we want our presents." And so they were freaking out when I finally got home, and we were able to open all our presents. And,
yeah. What a bummer.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah?
It was a creepy night to be in the hospital because you're just.
Was it like? What do you mean by creepy? Like it was quiet?
Because
like,
it's so quiet.
Yeah, because like nobody's there.
Yeah, and I don't even think there was a TV in my room or anything.
Yeah.
So you're just sitting in a very.
And this is the late 80s or early 90s?
Yeah, late 80s. This is probably 88.
Yeah. So it's like there wasn't like
87 maybe.
There wasn't TVs with a ton of channels to begin with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even if you had a little rolly TV or anything.
Think there was a TV in the room, or my mom just didn't turn it on. But I also didn't know how to work anything.
So you're just sitting there,
it was
like,
1987.
yeah, you're terrified. Yeah. Just in a hospital, but that would be so sad.
With a broken arm on Christmas Eve, and like nurses coming in and checking on me, and it was like I remember, like that's the only time that I've woken up from a dead sleep and like cried for my mother.
Oh.
And so like I did that a few times. And,
that's so sad.
Yep. So that's my most memorable Christmas.
Man, I don't know. My most memorable Christmas. I mean, my mom, she used to voice record, like on a tape recorder, record our Christmases so she could like listen back to it, like as we were opening presents and stuff like that. And
that's kind of cute.
One time,
does she still have the recordings?
I mean, she has everything.
Yeah,
she doesn't throw things away. So I'm sure it's in a storage unit. She has 6 storage units. It's in one of them. I'll tell you that much. But she would do things like that. But I don't ever remember them. Like it was very much so a day that my parents, I think, tried to make it for the best of us. You know what I mean? Like even when they weren't getting along. Like for a few years after my dad left, when we were still living at my mom's house, he would come over with like a big bag of gifts, and we would still open presents at our house and things like that.
That's
so
nice.
They did a good job. I mean, yeah, there's no traumatic. I mean, as long as you're cool just sitting on a pile of boxes to open your Christmas gifts, like that's like the most traumatic part of it. My mom would keep all the wrapping paper. Like she would get mad at us if we tried to like crumble it up. Well, you can tear it up to open it, but she would still be like, "Give me all that," and like save it and things like that. So. Yeah, but I mean, we were poor kids, so we weren't used to getting brand new things anyway. So just little stuff, a CD.
Yeah, just anything was really awesome.
Right. Yeah. We were. I do like that we never really took much for granted because we didn't really get a lot, and my parents might see that differently. But I felt like when we did get things, we appreciated them, and it was like. I had a little bit of that. My friends have this and I don't have this, but I was I was a jock. I was a cheerleader. I was running in that circle.
But you know what? We didn't want for anything, but there's still things that I felt like I couldn't have that my friends did have because we lived in the country, so I was out by myself and I wanted to be closer to everybody.
Yeah.
So I always felt isolated in that way. And then because of my religion, I always felt like an outcast because of that too.
Yeah,
so there's all these things. So even if you have those, the clothes or whatever you want, you still feel like an outcast as a kid because just fitting in seems so important.
Yeah. See, I fit in really well. And we still shopped at Kmart, but it was like, it didn't really, the clothes thing and stuff like that didn't bother me because I did have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
What I missed out on a lot was doing things.
Yeah.
So like when my friends would all go to the movies together and I would ask my parents for money and they'd be like, we don't have $20 for you to do that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to that was the stuff that really would bother me, that I would like, I couldn't go do the things that my friends would go do together because we didn't have the money to do it. Like all my friends are going to the fair to walk around the fair and I don't have the $8 for admission, so I can't go. But I got a job when I was like 15 or 16 so that I could do that.
Right.
But yeah.
And that taught you work ethic and,
you
know, how to just appreciate things. And that's a good, it's a good mentality to have.
I got the job so that I didn't have to rely on other people anymore. I was like, I want to do the things that I want to do. And if I make my own money, then nobody else can tell me no. Like if I have the money to spend, and I'm still like that, that's something I've definitely taken with me. Like I said, I just bought these new boots and I've never bought them before. I'm like, they're $200 boots. Like I know they're well made, they're insulated, they're waterproof, they're going to last me a long time, but I never pulled the trigger on it. And then I'll go through those phases where I'm just like, you know what? I have the money. Why not? No one can tell me, no, this is my money. I'm going to spend it how I want to, you know? So.
No, it's a very nice feeling.
It is. And I started that when I got my own job.
And it's not like you're making a decision of like, I can either buy these boots or
pay my
bills,
rent.
But
Yeah,
like,
no.
You have enough of a cushion right now that you go, I can indulge a little bit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it was.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
I've never been on a cruise. I get a little, I don't hate confined spaces, that doesn't bother me, but I don't love super tight living quarters. So like staying in a really, really small bunk kind of thing kind of weirds me out. And I not that I would spend a lot of time in that room to begin with, but the idea of being on that boat with
imagine
those, I don't know,
imagine you were staying in you were on a cruise and then you're staying towards the back of the boat and you're like, oh, I have a cool view of the ocean, this is nice. And then all of a sudden, this happens, and you can watch this video. I texted it to you, so you're just on the back of the boat.
Video, man.
It comes swinging through. Just starts tearing through the back of the boat.
You have the video?
Yep.
Why were they that close to begin with?
Oh, it's a new thing they're trying to do with Carnival Cruise, where they're doing boat stunts.
It's not working.
Oh, it's the
No, the boat stunts.
The boat stunts, yeah. They gotta try to market it. So that didn't go as planned.
Wow, they were both probably like trying to dock at the same time or something?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And if you watch the video, like I'll retweet it too if you want to see it, because there's quite a bit of language. I didn't cut it out because it's YouTube, so you can hear that. But it's pretty funny.
Oh, the commentary of it?
Yeah, like, well, there's this one guy that's like everybody else is just like, oh man, this is bad, that's gonna happen. And there's another guy's like, he's gonna hit us next, and we're not gonna get hit. We're fine where we're at. And he's like, no, it's gonna hit us next. And they're just like, will you calm down? Why are you screaming?
Yeah, I think about the cruise ship people at that point, because people are going to be looking to them for answers. Like crew members.
Yeah.
Like the bartender is going to have to field questions about that. You know what I mean? Like some pissed off dude is going to come in and be like, what the hell happened here? And the bartender's like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm pouring you drinks. Like, I have no answers.
I am not the captain.
That's exactly what it is.
This is not on me.
I always think about that.
Well, can I at least get my drinks comped? It's all inclusive, stupid.
Right.
They're comped.
Or like the cleaning staff, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna get refunded for this, right? I should get an upgraded room, and they're like, dude, I'm cleaning bed sheets right now. Like I have no control over what gets comped and what doesn't.
Yeah, I've never been a cruise person. I've never been on one.
Me either.
But it also seems like something that I wouldn't.
I think you would hate that.
I think I would too.
I mean, especially performing. You wouldn't ever perform.
Not perform.
Because then people recognize you from the performance and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think you would definitely never do that. But even just to be, I know they're big, but to be on a boat with the same people for a week.
Mm-hmm. And you can't there's not. Like
there's no escape.
The escape is your room, which is small and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I like going to resorts. I've done that a few times. That's nice. I enjoyed that a lot. Because I like it. Like, my ideal vacation is going and not doing anything. I don't particularly love excursions or things like that. I'll do them.
Yeah.
But I prefer my vacation to be a lot of relaxing, a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
And just drinking and listening to music and dance and just and just kind of chilling out and chatting with my friends.
Yeah, for sure.
So like when we went to Jamaica, that was great because
How long were you guys there?
We were only there for like 3 days.
But still.
But that was perfect.
Were you on air every day?
No, we got there. I think we got there on Sunday, or we got there like Saturday night, and then maybe we were there 4 days. So I think we did 2 shows from there.
Either way, yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's when I take a vacation. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I took a vacation and didn't do stand up. Even when we went to Hawaii, I took extra days because I want to lay for like 2 or 3 straight days. I want to park my ass on a beach, soak up some sun, smoke some weed, and just enjoy the sounds of the ocean.
Well, that's like I'm going to Vegas next week, and I let my family plan everything, so I'll do whatever they want to do. But I'm also gonna like the less responsibility, the less the more I can just be lazy brain, the better. Because I don't want to be the one that's wrangling kids. Like I'll help, and I'll be part of the group and everything. But I don't want to make the plans and try and coordinate everything. I'm just going wherever they're going.
I'm also so used to traveling alone.
I'm gonna be high while I do it all.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Eat all the edibles. I'm also so used to traveling alone that coordinating things with other people. We're
spoiled in a little bit.
I don't realize how annoying that is to me. That like you don't travel the way I travel, and that aggravates me. Like when I was on
especially when you're with someone and they're like, what do you want to eat here? I'm like, well, it's a food court.
Yeah, eat whatever you want.
So go get some food, and I'll get the food that I want, and we'll meet back here in 10 minutes.
That's a life hack I can give to you guys for sure. If you're ever traveling with someone you don't like, or maybe you think you like them, and then you find out you don't, get on different food schedules.
Yeah.
Because that's something that you are kind of expected to do together. But I did that. I was on a horrible trip with someone that I was acquaintances with. What I learned is that we just blacked out in the same group of people.
Yeah.
Like I knew him. I was like, oh yeah, he's fun. Like we're cool and yada yada. And then like the more we talked, I'm like, I spent 9 hours in the car with this guy. I can't stand one word that he said. But if you get yourself on a different food schedule, and they're like, hey, you want to go grab lunch? I'm like, oh, sorry, I just ate. I'll connect with you when you get back. And then he'll be like, oh, hey, I just got back. What are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm finishing up at the pool and I'm about to go take a shower. Like, if you can get yourself on a separate schedule, and this is if you're traveling with someone that you don't like or in a group or something. A husband or wife, yeah. Maybe it's your first trip with a boyfriend or girlfriend and you realize this isn't going to work out. Getting yourself on a different eating schedule than they are on is...
That's key.
It's key. I mean, you're probably still going to have dinner together, but if you can... avoid them for the daytime.
No, that's nice. That's a nice little way to put some distance between you and someone without being
mean or rude. You can just say, hey, you know what? I just ate. I'm gonna kind of chill and relax, and I'll see you tonight.
How do you do with being mean?
I think me and you were talking about this earlier in the week. I've only ever really been truly mean and meant it to people that I've cared about.
Yeah.
Like I've been mean and said things and screamed at probably 5 people in my whole life. And they've always been either relatives or best friends that I've had blow up fights with. But being mean to an acquaintance or a friend or another comic, I generally am not. I'd rather avoid it. I'd avoid it altogether. If you say something I don't like, I'm just not going to talk to you as much anymore.
Right, and I'm kind of the same way where I'm not a mean person, but I can definitely get
snippy.
Snippy or not even passive aggressive, just I'm more avoidant of people that I don't like, and I don't really get mean with people unless it's it's very they earned it a lot of times.
Yeah.
But what about mean wasn't even probably what I was thinking about. I'm thinking about how do you do with being last night when I walked into East End, there was a heckler situation going on with Josh and just some drunk person that was there. And he was trying to handle it, and it wasn't going well. So I just walked in, asked the heckler to leave, and then he was trying to get everybody to cheer the heckler out. I'm like, dude, that's not what we're doing right now.
Right.
We're just trying to get her out of here so that we can keep the show going. And that firmness that I can have in those situations, I'm very proud of.
Yeah, that's a dad thing, I think. I think that's something that you hone during parenting, where you can kind of switch modes and you can be like, this is what we're doing. I'm putting my foot down. You're going to listen to me.
I'm not going to be a jerk about it, but I'm just going to be very firm about it.
Yes, you're very much,
I like when I get into that mode, to be honest.
You put your foot down and you say, this is what's happening next. I don't have to do that a lot.
No.
There's not many instances in my life where I'm the one who has to end a situation. Or, when I first started doing crowd work at Hilarity, Sam, the manager, would be like, dude, you cannot be so mean to these people. Like, I understand that they're yelling out to you. He's like, but they also are paying customers. Like, yeah, they're flipping out about it.
You've had some
I've
pretty
had
mean
some
moments.
very mean moments on stage when I was earlier in my career that I didn't realize that, but I would have fun because it would get a big reaction, and I'd be like, "What are you talking about? Everybody else loved it." He was like, "Yeah, but now I have to refund this guy $150 for tickets and food and drinks," and But I had that very bad habit that I've since broke, where sometimes if someone does keep going in, I'll get to a point where I will say something that I don't necessarily mean or that is a little over the line because I'm like, listen, man, we've been doing this. I've been playing with you for a minute and a half. Or if they'll shout back 3 or 4 times during the set, the 4th time I'll say something like, that's enough. Or I'll put them in their place.
It's time to put your foot down, I'll
put them in a place and then it's weird or it's awkward. Or I flipped out on a chick in Duluth, Minnesota, because I said something about sobriety and then I said something about smoking weed. And that is a huge trigger for me. It makes me insane because people are constantly on everything. That's what you can't be sober. Like they are out just being so hypocritical about everything. Yeah. And I snapped on stage. Like I played with it for a minute.
The actual definition of sober
is only referring to alcohol.
Right.
You are absent of alcohol. You are not drunk from alcohol is what sober means.
Yes.
It drives me insane. But
that's the textbook definition.
Textbook out of the dictionary definition. That's exactly what it says. Yes. What it means to you is not what it means to me, is not what it means to the next person. When it comes to doing drugs and being addicted to drugs, that's being clean. Yeah. So there's plenty of people who are clean but not sober. They don't touch whatever they were addicted to, coke, heroin, if it was weed, whatever, but they drink. Yeah. So they're not sober, but they're clean.
So in your case, you don't drink, but you do coke and heroin and fentanyl.
And it's so hard for people to understand this, that my sobriety is not affected.
Fentanyl addict.
Yes. My sobriety is not affected by the fact that I love heroin. Okay. What a thing to cut up.
I might actually have to cut that up and give it to Alan. That's pretty funny.
But this chick, she was wasted, and she was plastered, screaming at me about using the word sober. Yeah. And I'm like, get the hell out of it. And I lost it. I started saying some really mean things. Yeah. I put her in her place, and then...
Like, what were the mean things in
I started going after the way she looked, which is a low blow. It's a low blow! And I will be the first person to admit that it's a low blow. She looked like she was from northern Minnesota. That's the best way I can put it, okay? Yeah. She was a very portly woman who was not attractive, and I said those things out loud to her face. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to sit here and be wasted and scream at me in the most hypocritical way that you can when you know nothing about me. Hypocritical. She's bad. When you know nothing about me. You know nothing about this entire year, but you hear a word that triggered you in some way, so now you got to yell at me about it. And it got real awkward. Yeah. And then I had to address the fact that it was awkward, and then I apologized, I'm sorry, guys.
And you got to bring it back.
And then I got to bring it back.
And that's kind of like I've done. I mean, I've been in every situation. I've freaked out a billion times. And that's basically why I try not to. Mm-hmm. Because I don't like that awkward moment that I have to bring everybody back.
Because then you still have 20 minutes to tell jokes. I still have to make you guys laugh. After screaming at somebody, I still have to make you laugh for the next 20 minutes.
But I'm also up to the challenge.
Yeah,
if I
getting
do go
yourself
that way,
back. Yeah.
Like I remember this is years and years ago. There was some lady that was taking a phone call while I was doing my set. I'm hosting at the Funny Stop. So
I've taken phones out of people's hands before.
Oh yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. There's a video online. So there's a lady that's on the phone and she's talking about she's trying to talk to her babysitter or something, and she is talking loudly. I'm like, can you just hang up your phone while we're in the show, or step out of the room?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Bah, bah, bah." And then she hangs up the phone and she goes, this guy's not funny anyway. And I go, listen, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm very funny. You can attack me in any way you want, but I'm very funny. Mm-hmm. And then by the end of the set, I heard her laugh at one of my jokes. I'm like, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
It after that show when I flipped out on that lady, there were a couple women that came up to me that said she was bitching about me in the bathroom, and they're like, "We stood up for you," and like they were like, "Everybody's it's a comedy club, everybody's drunk," but they were like, the one girl was also drunk. She's like, "I almost laid her out." I was like, "You don't need to do that. It's not worth your time."
I shouldn't have even. I thought you were her. Right? You look the same.
I was like, I shouldn't have even wasted my time on her, to be honest. But it was just other people in the room were also mad at her because she continued to yell.
Because that's like
you're ruining my experience now,
and that's what people that are hecklers don't understand is how they're wrecking it for other people. Like they think they're having fun, but really you're messing things up for everyone. It's like a quick little interaction. That's one thing, but where it just keeps going, that's where it's like let the comic put you in your place, stay there. And let the show move on.
And here's the other thing too, when it comes to hecklers, is that people I don't think they get it that when we do turn that into a big laugh or bring it around, it's because we are good at our jobs. Yeah. You did not help the show.
Right.
I've written jokes that would have gotten just as big of a response if you would have shut your mouth. And they'd be like, "Hey, you're welcome for me saying that." I was like, no. I did that. That was me being good at this is what got that laugh, not you shouting things. Very frustrating.
How do you switch brain modes?
From what to what?
Okay, so I've been doing a lot of more, I don't know, right brain, left brain, but like I've been doing a lot of stuff where it's not creative stuff, it's just like analytical stuff. It's just, moving this around, inputting this, just a lot of really simple tasks, but tedious. And it completely changes how like the mood that I'm in because it's so more it's task oriented, so I just want to get it done. So I'm just trying to be very precise and do it correctly and get it done, and then once I'm in that mode, it's hard for me to transition from that into funny, creative, easygoing Bill.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you had that same problem.
I don't do a lot of tedious things. I guess maybe an example would be like updating my dates on my website. Like it's mindless work. You just sit in, you got to punch it in, but it takes like an hour and a half. It takes enough time that it's frustrating, but you're sitting there and when I'm doing that, I'm not even really paying attention to what I'm doing, to be honest with you. Like once you kind of get in the rhythm of it, I'll have music on and I'll be kind of listening to the music, I'll be putting the stuff in. But after I finish simple tasks like that, I feel very accomplished.
I feel
like, okay, I did it. Now I don't have to worry about it.
But it's like there's a lot of times where I'll be doing stuff like that and I need to go from that mode into creative fun energy.
Yeah.
And that's really something I'm concentrating on because especially with like the live stream and stuff.
Yeah.
Like right before we start the show every day with the Alan Cox show, I'm doing a lot of other things.
And getting it all together.
So like it's not like I come in here and I'm like, hey, let's be funny. It's like, is this on? Do I have everything posted where I need to post it? And it takes a minute to flip that switch to get from is this all running right to I'm just entertaining people. I'm just trying to be funny and entertaining and engaging.
But I think that first segment kind of helps with that it's just like intros and
yeah.
You know what I mean? Are you usually
Well, yeah, that's what and that's like I have that rhythm with the show.
Yeah.
But, in other aspects of my life, whether it's going to like stand up or even just doing this show because it's a little bit different.
I try to give myself time. I think that's the best thing is that if you are able to schedule it that way to give yourself like an hour in between, or I will do those tasks. So say I have a show at 7, I need to be in the shower by 5:30, right? Yeah. I'll start that task if it takes me an hour to do it, I'll start it at like 4:30, so that way I can do it right up until I need to get into the shower, and then showering and getting ready and doing the thing, that's kind of my downtime because I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just going through my routine, and then I can get to where I need to be.
Yeah, I think I'd probably be similar, but I'm trying to figure out a way to do it in a
I don't know that I've
more
ever had
like in like a quicker fashion.
I don't know that I've ever had
to do
that.
Bam from this like where I'm in commercial breaks, I'm editing video, so I'm switching modes and then going right back to being creative once we're out of the commercial break.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've done a pretty good job overall. I don't feel like people notice, but it definitely has been taking a toll on me.
Are you a task-oriented person? In that,
you know the answer to that.
Yes, the answer is no. So I am. So if I have an ongoing task, like you're saying in commercial breaks, I wouldn't be able to switch because I need to it eats away at me if I start something and can't finish it. So if I know this is going to take me 2 hours, I will wait 3 weeks until I have 2 hours continuously to do whatever I need to do.
See, I'm more like I'm going to multitask.
I don't like to chip away.
I want to get it done. And like I know these things are things that I can get done quickly. But I'm like there's a rhythm and a method that I have to doing them that allows me to do that, where there's certain things that take a few minutes, so I can go, okay, if I get this part and this part done, then I can come back in 4 or 5 minutes and do the final part.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, well, that's what I do every day.
Well, it's just I don't have a good answer for you, because like when I write for the magazine, that's different than when I write for comedy.
Yeah.
So when I sit down to write my Pressure Life piece, I will chunk out, even if I don't need all of it, I will set aside 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like I'll get to the coffee shop at say 9:30 in the morning, and I know I have until 12:30. Even if I don't use all that time, that's all I'm focusing on for these 3 hours.
Blocked off.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I'm not going to do one other thing. I'm not going to update my website. I'm not going to look at emails. These 3 hours are for writing this piece. Right.
Yeah.
And if I don't get it done in that time, then a week later I can chuck out another hour and a half or whatever to go back and edit it. But I would not be able to go in between the two. Like taking a half hour to write this piece, switch gears, listen to my set, and then switch gears and then do an Instagram. Like I wouldn't be able to do it. So I
feel like that almost works better for my brain, because then my brain's always active.
But then you're not. I thrive on completion though, where it's like, okay, this is done. Now I don't have to worry about it. I can go on to the next thing, and I can do this.
It just depends on the task,
I guess, too.
And how you cut the task up. Like if you can do something and be like, you do it all in one fell swoop. So you do it that way. Yeah, one fatal swoop. If you write your piece that way. But like the way I would probably write a piece like that is I would make notes through the week, write a draft, let it sit for a day or two, come back to it, read it, write it again, and like it would be more. It wouldn't be like a one shot situation.
That one shot situation is like per draft, if that makes sense. Like I give it a one shot situation. I'm gonna just type everything that I want to get out. I know this is my topic. Here's how I feel about it. If it's 4 pages, fine. And then I'll go back, like you said, a week later, look at it, edit it, cut it down. But I wouldn't be able to do one paragraph of it and then switch over to writing a joke for comedy and then switch back to putting a video up from... my brain does not work that way. I can multitask, but not... I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's just something that I've had to adapt to.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of multitasking that goes on in my life. I think Alan does a lot of it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's running the board during the show, and that's not the most common thing for a host to do.
Yeah.
So he's doing a lot of different things, and I do a lot of different things, and then we look over at you and Poundcake doing nothing, and it just makes us angry.
Doing absolutely nothing. Being on my phone. You're on your phone. Yeah, well, I don't have a computer, so I need to Google. But I think about that sometimes with you guys, where I'm like, damn, like just...
We work so much harder than you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I swear. And I tell people, like, is radio hard? I'm like, my job is not hard. Like, the position that I'm in pretty much is, hey, show up, be funny, be attentive, and contribute to the show. Be a good addition to the show is my job.
Go into the show and talk only about yourself.
Yes.
So that's
tell
what
us,
you do.
Just hijack every single topic and every single segment and make sure you make it all about you. No, but yeah, and then I see you guys that are constantly going into it, and I'm like, I don't know. Because even if I do pick up my phone to Google something we're talking about, and I get a text, I'm taken out of it. Like, I can't listen to what you guys are saying and look at a text message. So I try my best to keep it away.
A good way to not have to do that.
Leave my phone out of the room?
No.
I can't do that.
Because your phone is still like a tool that you use for the show. Do not disturb.
But the notification... Oh, you're right. The notifications won't show up.
Yeah, the notifications don't show up, and then you can just... And sometimes I've really started it to enjoy Do Not Disturb, where I'll turn it on and then forget that it's on, and like I'll look at my phone and I'll be like, oh, look at how popular I am.
You know what though? That's not a horrible thing. I'm learning that. I'm learning to put my phone down more. In that, because we've talked about immediacy and people texting me back right away. It'll bother me. It'll get under my skin. If I send you a message, you don't respond for 3 hours. It's aggravating. But I feel like I'm getting a lot better about that. Like today when I was at the gym, I was doing mainly cardio, so I can't really be on my phone anyway. But I realized I was like, I have not touched my phone to skip a song, to do anything in over an hour.
That's good.
And it felt great.
Yeah.
It felt great to just, because I'm like, I was texting with another comic about a weekend, and before I got to the gym. And then I was like, kind of panicky a little bit while I was running because I was like, I really should text him back right now because if that weekend's not available, then blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, if the weekend's not available in 1 hour, then
it was never available.
Exactly. So I'm like, it'll be fine. So I'm trying to get better about unplugging a little bit. And or if I'm in the shower and I hear my phone go off, I would take my phone in the shower with me.
Okay,
so I could text people. I would take my phone.
I'm just okay. So you're in the shower.
I would take my phone in the shower with me.
You are
showering.
You're showering. You're soapy. You're wet, and you get a text message.
I will answer
stop
that text.
showering
Yes.
to answer that text message. That is
it's
like listen. I admit I use my phone a lot. I'm
Yeah.
on my phone a lot, but I would never even think of that while I'm in the shower.
Well, I'm playing music on it. That was my excuse.
I play music on my phone too.
That was my excuse to take the phone in the shower with me.
Well, I don't even, like, I have a speaker that I put on, but like it still controls the speaker.
Yeah.
So first, get a speaker.
I have a speaker.
Okay, well there you go. And
I
then
use that now. Honestly, getting a speaker has helped a lot because I would take my phone. I have like a little ledge where all my stuff is, and then it's a window. So I would put it on top of the window so it's not getting wet.
Yeah.
But that way I could have it. Dude, one of the things that I've done through like AA and like 12 steps and stuff, I've been applying a lot of it to like my social media use and being on my phone so much because it got to the point where I would have a washcloth that I use for my body and then a dry washcloth outside of like where the towel is so I could wipe my hands off to text while I was showering. It was bad. It's got like a phone addiction is a very real thing.
I want you to go back and re-listen to this segment.
No, I know it's a problem.
And just hear
I don't
it
do this anymore.
I know, but I mean, just hear it.
Do you No, I don't need to hear it because it got to the point where I would have like 3 or 4 half-used washcloths because I was using them just to dry my hands off. So they'd be like piled up, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like, no, but nothing is this important. Not one thing is so important.
How long are your showers generally?
20 minutes, maybe 15 and 20 minutes.
Like in the
actual water, like 15 or 20 minutes.
Oh wow, that's long.
Yeah, it's not really. Maybe 15 minutes. 3 or 4 songs.
15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes is decent. But like I do generally pretty quick showers, but I also don't have to shave or anything like that.
I need. If I have to say I need to leave my house at 5 o'clock, I get in the shower at 3:30. I need an hour and a half to do my total regimen to get in, do it, and then all the post shower stuff and like
what would you guess mine is? Like on a regular
20 minutes.
I have a show, 50.
If you have to leave your house at 5 p.m.,
yes,
you can get in the shower at 4:30 and still leave your house by 5 p.m.
Yes, if I get in the shower
45
at 4:30,
minutes.
I can and if I if I'm going like all out, 30 minutes is perfect.
45 is about the quickest I can get it, and that's like what I did today. Because I texted you at 12:15 or 12:20, and I was like, I just got home because you asked about lunch. I just got home. I'm getting in the shower now, and I was able to get to Rockside Road by like 1:20, and even that was an hour.
Yeah.
So, and that's like 20-minute drive too. Yeah. So I got ready, and 45 minutes is about the quickest that I can get ready.
That's pretty good.
If I'm doing no makeup in the summertime,
it probably also helps you get ready faster. Not texting in the shower, you crazy person. I know.
In the summertime, though, I can get it down. I can get it down to like a half hour because I don't really wear a lot of makeup, and I don't have to blow dry my hair because I can just let my hair air dry. I don't wear any makeup, and I'm just it's so much easier. But
all right, one last topic before we go.
Okay.
What is with women and their eyebrows?
You're asking the wrong person.
But that's why, like, you have regular person eyebrows.
I have human eyebrows.
What's wrong? Why did those become not enough? When did women start going?
We're on the same page
eyebrows
here.
need to be visible from space.
Dude, I don't know. I hate it. I really hate it. It's one of my least favorite things. And when I see it, and I'm not saying you can't put a little, like, when you go out, put a little, I don't know. Filler.
Yeah.
I almost said eyeshadow, but that's not what you're supposed to be using. They have like brow shadow.
Yeah, like
that
you get a brow
use.
pencil.
Yeah.
And you fill it in.
And make it a little bit bolder.
But when you got these giant blocky eyebrows or just
and they're clearly painted on.
Yes, it's just it's such a distraction.
I hate it.
It's a red flag to me.
I really don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's one of those things where I know how much I struggle getting my eyeliner to match. That I can, but that's something I can just say, screw it. I'm not wearing eyeliner today. I'm not dealing with it. I don't even know where to begin with girls who focus on their eyebrows.
Yeah, makeup culture, and like that's one thing that is like you're not into makeup that much.
Never have
like,
been.
You're just like, yeah, I'll wear a little bit when I need to, but it's not.
And even when I do
super
that,
important.
I don't own concealer. I don't, and I'm not. That's some women getting up like humble brag or whatever. But like I have a couple zits on my chin and things like that. And I'm like, I want to look like a person.
Like a half dozen. It's not that big.
Yeah, not that many. Just in 12, 19, 800. I want to look like a human being. I don't want to have caked on highlighter, this, that. Like,
one
it's
of the benefits
just
of that,
too much.
when you wake up with a girl that doesn't wear makeup, she looks like the same girl.
Exactly.
I've gone out with plenty of girls where the makeup face and the no makeup
Do
face.
they wash their face before they go to bed?
A lot of them, yeah.
And then you're like, ooh.
And I was like, who's this lady?
I never understood that. And it's one of those things where I'm like, if I want a guy to like me, I want to look like, I don't wear a lot of makeup, so I'm not going to put a ton on.
Let me ask you this. Why do you have such confidence in that, but so like you're so weirdly not confident in other ways? Like you have a good face confidence, I would say.
Yeah, because I think I'm cute. What am I? Give me an example of not confident.
I don't know. The idea that a guy won't text you back makes you crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that.
Well.
I know my face is cute. I don't know why you're not texting me back. That's probably what it is.
Because I got this cute face.
It's like an unknown that I'm like, what did I do? That's probably what it is the unknown of not knowing why I'm not a priority to somebody.
Right.
You know, that's probably what it is. Which I'm doing.
Because you're cute, not hot. That's why.
That's fine. I'm allowed to not wear makeup when I'm cute and not hot.
There you go.
Hot chicks have to have makeup on, I feel like.
There you go. All right. Well, that's going to be it for.
Okay.
I think that this is
the last one.
This is the last Bill and Mary.
Yes.
So,
thank you guys for watching.
We did pretty good today. Lots of people watched, and make sure you like it and subscribe. And
we won't be back until the 6th.
Yeah, the 6th we'll be back. And I'm gonna go to Vegas, so I'll have fun there.
I'm not doing anything. I'll be home.
Get tickets to Bill Squire's Christmas Kwanzaa, December 29th. We've already sold more tickets this year than we did last year.
So
and
exciting.
we're a week out, so that's really encouraging.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.